acto. 3, 2, 1. Play.
Okay, everyone.
Bien, la canon.
You know why we're here, right?
I've checked the perimeter. The coast is all clear.
¿Qué coño?
All right, then it's time
Hola, Navia.
to shop for the latest fashions at Chioria Boutique. Huh. Don't you think something sounds a little off about that line?
Qué gracioso.
This is Chioria Boutique that we're talking about. I feel like we need something that sounds, I don't know, a little more extravagant, maybe?
We'll have
¿Sabéis que me recuerdan? Típicas chicas que se van a una tienda de ropa y perfumería y se van de
About
compras.
it later. The lights have been turned on and the audience is
Se te
already
fue la luz.
here. The
Ostras.
program is starting.
Que te sea leve.
Hi. Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 4.3 special program. Yay!
¡Yay! ¡Qué mono!
As you can see,
Yo
our
quiero una
show
chibi.
is sponsored by Chioria Boutique,
Pa' mi
one
avatar.
of the leading fashion houses in Fontaine. But before we go any further, let's take a moment to watch the version 4.3
La
trailer.
canon, ¿verdad?
Camera
Ah, el
operator.
trailer.
That can be a pretty technical job. Are you really up to it?
Mirad qué guapa, ¿eh? ¿Qué estás montando, una peli o qué? ¿O una
Wait, you
publicidad?
put no thought into finding a good camera angle, and the characters weren't in the shots. Positions, everyone!
Nice to meet you.
Qué guapa,
I am
¿eh?
Navia, the
A ver, ¿cómo es
president,
Navia?
leader, commander-in-chief,
Decime de volumen, cualquier cosa.
director and boss of Spina Di Rosula.
Qué mona, ¿eh?
Hey there!
Es una pena, no tiene por ella. ¡Oh!
Yeah!
¡Ah, que estaba con el parasol! ¡Qué buena, ¿no?
Teleporter, I guess. Fire!
¿What? ¿Pero el universo?
All right, cameras will start rolling
Furina.
as soon as the set is ready.
Whoa, Farina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Props and lighting set the scene. Actors can get their makeup done. Extras go over your
Oh.
positions. Camera ready.
Hayato
Get the
y la
clapper
nueva, ¿no?
board. Actors to your position. Lights, camera, action.
Enough, villain! Pay for the death of
¡Otra
our mother!
yafa!
You're just as naive as her. Did you really think
Qué
two muskets
buena.
would be enough to defeat me?
Your crimes are evident.
Ah, ahí está el... Ahí está el bichito del Juan Cascarrail, ¿no? El conejito, como lo llamamos. Bueno, yo le llamo clonoa. Yo no sé ni qué es eso.
Justice will prevail.
Oh.
Not
Buenísimo.
bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. We'll move on to the next scene.
Anda. Yo y
Did you
Milla.
really think you'd get away?
Shavras.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
Espérate, ¿qué? No. Yo y Milla.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Let's make a film
Qué
that'll make
cool.
some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown
Ah, qué
people.
chula
I mean, the
el
good
arte.
kind of waves.
Rose and Muskets. Ole. Qué guay. Bueno, los códigos que sepan que funcionan, ¿eh? Los dejo otra vez en el chat. No. Esto fue que copié. Se los dejo de nuevo en el chat. Copiad los códigos rápido hasta antes de las 12 de la noche. Y como una borracha empedernida que soy, cerveza para adentro. Bueno, una sandina, una cerveza como tal. Bueno, vamos a hacer esto para adelante.
Welcome back to
Okay.
the version 4.3 special program,
Ah, ya los pusiste.
everyone.
Guay.
I'm Sarah Miller Cruz, the voice of Lumi.
Te ha pasado, Kevin,
and
genial.
today I'm joined
Se
by...
pone la gafita en uno de los
Hey
amigos.
everybody, I'm Brenna Larson,
Ah,
the
los amigos de
voice
su
of Navia,
papi que dice
president of the
Tommy.
Spina Di Rosula.
Oh.
And I'm Erica Lindbeck, the voice of Shavras.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is the first time we've had you two
Espero
on
que
the
sea un
special
buen evento,
program.
esto de grabación de
It's so
peli.
great.
Más que
Okay,
por
so
fin
actually-
estoy viendo que se va a aprovechar la ropa de Ayaka, que está inspirada en Fonte.
We have a tradition on the program where we all get to sing everyone a little song.
Oh.
Huh? Okay.
Ajá.
Nice try.
I've seen the special programs before.
You don't want to sing a song? You can sing a, like a
I
little
love
song
singing,
about
listen.
Genshin. You know.
Una canción de Jessie.
Genshin Impact. No, okay.
Ooh.
Back to this, back to this. Okay, like we mentioned before, this program is sponsored by the Chioria Boutique. So while we're sharing content from version 4.3,
Eso.
I also wanted to
¿Cuántos
get
de
some
esos tengo? Ni
inspiration
idea.
for shooting
Los
commercials
miro.
for the boutique.
De hecho, Munavi me está
We
gestionando
wanna
la
let our
cuenta y yo le
client
pago.
down.
Yeah, And speaking of new content, we can't have a new
Pero luego nos
version
ponemos al
without
Honkai.
introducing some new characters. As you already saw in the trailer, Navia and Chevros will be our new playable characters.
I'm sure many of our viewers are already familiar with Navia after seeing her throughout Fontaine's Archon quest. But who is Chevros?
Who indeed? Other Fontaine characters have already mentioned Chevros before in their voice lines, but Chevros will finally be making an official appearance in version 4.3.
Sigo diciendo que la ropa no le queda. ¿Cuál ropa? Ah, lo de Ayaka. Ah, pues la Ayaka me parece muy mona. Lo que pasa es que
Oh, well, I mean, if
lo que a mí no me, lo que no tengo es la
Navia
personaje.
would be an obvious choice. After all, Navia's clothing was designed by Chiori herself.
Wait, Erica, that was actually a really natural sounding product placement for Chioria Boutique. You're amazing at this.
I know it sounds like product placement, but Chiori really was the designer who created Navia's outfit. Next, let's have a look at her fashion show.
Presentación del vestuario. Ojalá. Oye, hubiera estado una buena oportunidad para alguien de Fontaine ya tener una ropita. Ah, vale. Navia, ¿no? Hay gente que quiere Navia aquí, ¿eh? Espérate, ¿qué arma es? Espérate, ¿es un hacha? ¿Lo he visto bien? Pues la sombrilla, ¿no? Madre mía, qué brutalidad. Alisa, ¿qué tal? Te mandé algo por el susurro. ¿Ah, sí?
I'm sorry, can we take a moment to appreciate how perfectly Chiori customized Navia's clothes and accessories to reflect her personality? She clearly pays a lot of attention to the small details.
Erica, I love how seriously you're taking the sponsorship. It's really great.
Si quiero que reaccione estos vídeos, tienes que cogerme puntos del canal.
Navia's parasol seems pretty interesting. On the outside, it looks like a delicate
Si es en
accessory
plan
used to block out the
típico vídeo para reaccionar y ver cosas graciosas en menos de un minuto, hay un canjeo de eso, de puntos del canal.
sun, but on the inside,
Es un hacha,
actually
no joda.
a secret firearm that can be used to
Yo la
ward
quiero,
off
pero
enemies that
saldrá
won't
bueno,
notice.
inténtalo.
It's
Por
elegant
intentarlo.
and fierce
Toda
all
la
at
cera.
once. Just like Navia herself.
Exactly. Even when it comes to her enemies, Navia is not the type to eschew
Si es un
basic
hacha.
etiquette. So she prefers to maintain
Si es un
appropriate
hacha,
distance
es un
while in
hacha.
combat. While
Ya la
using her
quiero,
elemental
pero no
skill,
puedo.
Navia
El
opens
Lequino
her
me
umbrella
viene.
and fires multiple Rosula shard shots that can pass through opponents, dealing geo
Una
damage
rerun,
upon a
porque este diseño es
successful strike.
bonito, ¿eh?
For a period of time after using her elemental skill, Navia's normal, charged, and plunging attacks
Inflige
will
más
deal
daño tras
increased
tornar el
damage
geo. Oh,
and
mira.
become infused with the power of Geo, which cannot be overridden.
Now, when Navia's in combat, there are these little markings.
Para mí es
around her
otro
that look
hito,
like
¿eh? Es una
bullets.
DPS
I wonder if that's some
geo,
sort of
¿no?
ammo for the gunbrella?
Oh yeah, yes, you guessed it. When a character in the party obtains an elemental shard created from the crystallized reaction,
Ah, vale.
Navia will gain crystal shrapnel charges. Navia will consume these charges after unleashing her elemental skill. Her skill damage increases with the number of charges that
Ah,
she's accumulated.
curioso.
Oh, okay.
Vale, que son esas
So
balitas,
you're
¿no? Que hay a la
saying
izquierda.
that Navia's elemental skill becomes
Boom.
more powerful if she works together with other characters in the party to trigger the crystallized reaction.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great.
Navia's elemental burst calls forth the
Madre
Rosula
mía.
Dorata Salute, which unleashes a massive bombardment on opponents in front of her, periodically dealing geo
¡Qué
elemental
chulada!
damage. I should also mention that Navia will accumulate crystal shrapnel charges at certain intervals if she strikes enemies with the Rosula Dorata Salute.
Ooh, now
Wow.
that salute is spectacular. That's awesome.
¿Se va dirigido
I
a los
heard that the
enemigos?
Spina Di Rosula likes
No
to perform
aleatorio, va
firearm
dirigido a un
salutes
enemigo.
before important negotiations. You know, as a way to celebrate future success. And don't misunderstand, you guys. It's not an intimidation tactic at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's just the Spina's way of showing respect in their own way.
Yeah, totally.
Not intimidating
¡Qué
at all.
guay!
As the president of the Spina Di Rosula, Navia is always trying to collect the latest intel by exploring
Vale,
all corners of
recolecta.
Fontaine.
Pues bien.
When Navia is dispatched on a 20-hour expedition in Fontaine, rewards
Ah, que
gained will be
aumentan las
increased.
cosas.
Okay, so
Ah,
we
qué
just
chulo.
mentioned that Navia is the president
Vale,
of the
nueva
Spina Di
historia para
Rosula.
ella. su historia de
So,
personaje.
I think we should bring up Spina's contributions to averting Fontaine's prophesied
Ya que
crisis.
están en Genshin, por
I mean,
cada
it was
rerun de
all
un
thanks to
personaje que
Navia's
traigan sus
leadership.
actos también, acto 2, acto 3, y
Some people
aprovechen
even
un
lost their
poco,
lives during that disaster.
como hicieron con Yoimiya o
I'm
algo.
certain that those events weighed heavily on Navia,
O
but
los
she
arcontes.
remained tough and committed to leading the Spina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of Fontaine's crisis, though the prophesized dangers are over, the town is probably still busy rebuilding everything, right? I bet Navia's gonna be occupied with that for a long time.
Oh, definitely. That's something that travelers will be able to see for themselves. Navia's story quest, the Rosa Multiflora chapter, will become available in version 4.3.
Aplica lo de Honkai, la clase de arma no cambia sino su aspecto, es mandoble con forma de hacha de batalla. Lo bueno es que no es el permanente. Lo bueno es que no va al permanente. ¿Y por qué? Bueno, claro, si muchas armas están el permanente es un lío, ¿no?
Oh, I'm so excited!
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
looking forward to seeing what happens. Okay, so now that
Parece
we've
casi Albedo
introduced Navia,
dependiente.
it's time for Chevreuse to be in the spotlight.
Ole.
Okay, I know that since she's a
La
newcomer,
clonoa,
you
digo.
probably can't wait to learn more about her. So
La
let's
gente
get right into
erró
it.
mucho en eso, no Geo 5 estrellas
How
permanente y
should I
tampoco
introduce her?
personaje de Inozuma.
First off, Chevreuse is the captain
vale,
of the
que
Special
cometió ese
Security and
error.
Surveillance
Error,
Patrol.
sí.
It's a Fontainian organization that handles all sorts of difficult cases and
Claro, es
dangerous
verdad, no
criminals.
tenemos ni siquiera un... Bueno, de dentro solo pusieron a
She
Tignari.
doesn't like to appear in public without
Por
good
novedad en
cause,
Sumeru.
so if you happen to run into her, it's likely that you're in some sort of trouble.
But
Necesitan más Geo,
as
sí,
long
estoy de
as you're a
acuerdo, para
law-abiding citizen, there's
cambiar
no
más
need
el
to worry.
gameplay, para variar
Chevreuse
más,
is actually
porque
really
dependemos
easy
mucho
to
de la
get
maestría
along with
elemental
outside of
y
work.
dependemos también del daño
Fistos are just the best
entre
snack.
elementos.
They're easy to carry
Cuando,
with
por
you
ejemplo,
and
podemos ir
so many
a
sauces.
ataques o físicos, también faltan más o Geos, ¿eh?
Final warning.
Pero claro, ¿qué pasa? Que los ataques físicos, la gente ya está pues imbuida con un elemento de por sí. Entonces Geo para mí es como el ataque físico definitivo, porque no reacciona a elementos, no reacciona a nada. Oye, qué chula, ¿no? Ha
what?
estado.
That was
Esas
so
hundidas.
fire. And I am not just talking about her skills.
Oh my gosh, look at her idol animation. I love that she loves
Me encanta.
snacks. That is
Se pone a
so
comer,
She's a
qué
girl's
mona.
girl, and she gets it.
Siento que
She
se
gets
pesado como
it.
Geo.
She really does.
Y eso que va a
She's not
defensa.
exactly what you'd expect from the captain of the special patrol, though, right?
I guess that's
Te refieres a Degia, claro, porque Degia de fuego debería estar por contraataque, pero se buildea en defensa, ¿no?
Indulging every once in a while to relieve some stress. She even adjusts her
¿Te
training
refieres a eso?
regimen to make up for her snacking habits. In fact, she trains more than any other member of the special patrol. Her platoon really admires her for that.
Wow. Okay, she's got some willpower. That is awesome. She's really admirable.
Es
The special
monísimo, no
patrol
está mal, ¿eh?
prioritizes combat ability above
Pero a ver,
all else. So the
seguro
organization
queréis
often
ver
attracts some
que esta personaje... Vamos a tener, ¿no? 2 personajes, o sea, aparte de la nueva, 3 reruns, ¿no? ¿Queréis ver que estará en algún rerun? Me la veo, no va a estar con Navia. De todo menos con Navia. ¿Queréis verlo? Lo veo, ¿eh? De hecho, me sorprendió que Charlotte estaba con Furina.
She commands respect among her peers, and she's a formidable fighter, and she leads by example. Though she demands excellence from her platoon, she holds herself to even higher standards. She always tries to be an example for others to follow, whether it's investigating cases or in marksmanship practice.
And it looks like a lot of her skills involve using a musket. She
El
must be a
musket.
pretty good shot.
For sure.
Lo que hicieron es que no tiene nombre y para colmo no... Es una personaje muy
She
nerfeada.
definitely knows her way around a firearm. Chevreuse uses her musket to fire at opponents during her elemental skill. For a
De hecho, su
period of
arma es
time
muy
after
buena, pero ni
unleashing
siquiera
her
el personaje la
elemental
aprovecha
skill,
el arma.
Chevreuse will continuously restore HP to the active character on the field.
Mm.
During her elemental burst, Chevreuse fires an explosive grenade
Oh.
with her musket, which will split into secondary explosive shells upon impact. Haha, impact.
Impact.
Wait, I
Chistaco.
noticed that Chevreuse has bullet-like markings around her during
O sea, es
combat.
una buffer, ¿no? Aumenta
Shoot a
ataque,
special type of ammo?
daño de
That's
ataque y
right.
recupera vida
Chevreuse
para colmo.
obtains an overcharged ball when a nearby party member triggers the overloaded reaction. Holding Chevreuse's elemental
reacción
skill
sobrecarga.
will consume this special ammo to unleash an even more
Pero con
powerful
Yaemiko,
pyro
claro,
attack that
te lo
covers a
puedes hacer
larger
sin problema.
AoE. This attack will also grant
Con
an
Yaemiko
attack buff
cualquier
to
4
all
estrellas puede
fire
ser
and
DPS.
electro characters in the party.
Okay, so that's where the name Overcharged Ball comes from.
Chevreuse
Confusion.
actually came up with the name herself.
Oh.
She was reading a
Ah,
novel
mira,
where
no.
the protagonist
Vale, aumenta el
believed that
ataque de
names
Yoimiya,
held a
por
lot of
ejemplo.
power. If you give something a cool-sounding name, then you've given yourself an advantage over your enemies. That kind of logic resonated with her, I guess.
Oh, well, I guess she has a point.
Oh, I should also mention what happens if Shavras is paired with all Pyro and Electro
Sí, es un
characters.
buffer de
If your party
ataque para
contains
los
at least
DPS.
one character of either type, then triggering the overloaded reaction will cause an opponent's Pyro and Electro resistances
Oh,
to
mira.
decrease.
Okay, so it seems like Shavras could really shine in an overload team comp. But I also did notice that Shavras isn't solely limited to a musket. She also uses a polearm in combat. Okay, honestly, if I were a criminal, I feel like I'd be pretty nervous if she came after me.
Oh, for sure. Most people who have something to hide avoid her like their lives depend on it. And maybe it does. In all seriousness, though, that's why Shavras trains so hard. She has to be able to catch a wide variety of
Me
cunning
gusta esta
criminals who
opción
try
de
to evade her
combinación
at
de
all
personajes,
costs.
porque
So
todos los
when Shavras
personajes
is
que
in your
escogen son
party,
free to play.
stamina consumption
Ah,
from
si está el
sprinting
miembro de la
is
party, pues
decreased.
corren más, ¿no?
Oh,
Gastame la
I
estamina.
love that.
These two new characters are great. Both of them would be
Cuando es una
great
excusa para dar resistencia y reducción, lo peor que no importa los personajes de más.
I know.
Ah.
And I will make this even
Ah, lo
harder
de
for you.
Tartali Raiden fue
We're about to
original,
take a
¿eh?
look at what event
Tartali
wishes
no me
that
gusta
travelers can
mucho,
look
pero sí
forward
que es
to in
verdad que
version
tuvo unos combos
4.3.
muy buenos y unos
The
intercambios.
candidate pool for the lead role of our commercial is about to get even bigger.
Oh
my
no. In the first half of version 4.3, travelers can
Anda,
look
pero
forward
veis,
to event wishes for
pero está
Navia and
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Bueno, si
A new
sales
5-star
Ayaka.
Claymore, Verdict, will
Oh,
also be
qué
featured in the weapon
bonita.
event wish.
In the
Qué bonita
second half
hacha.
of version 4.3,
Oh,
we'll have
según Raiden.
returning event wishes from the
Vale,
Raiden
Yoimiya,
Shogun
porque la vi
and
antes, ¿no?
Yoimiya. During this time,
Vale,
Shavras
Cheveru
will
está
also
con Raiden y
receive
con
a
Yoimiya.
huge drop rate boost.
Yay.
Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
Yoimiya
That's
volviendo a ser
awesome.
skipeable con la
Travelers can
Shogun.
also look
No,
forward to two new
porque
artifact sets in version 4.3.
Yoimiya vuelve a ser
Songs of
skipeable,
Days
no.
Past and Nighttime
Oh.
Whispers in the Echoing Woods. Be sure to keep an eye on
Artefacto,
future
no
announcements
sabía.
to learn more about them.
This seems like the
Pesadillas de la profundidad de los secos y sonidos de los días pasados. Tenemos que ver esto, ¿eh? Esto seguro que es para Navia, ¿eh? Seguro. Pero hay que
perfect
verlo.
time for our first break. We've shared a ton of information so far, and I bet travelers could use some time to digest
De
it
explosión
all.
la
You're
Cli tengo
right.
yo para explotar.
Definitely.
Let's take
Pa'
a break while we
explotar tengo
take
la
a
Glee.
look at the second group of redemption codes. The version 4.3 special program is brought to you by Chioriya Boutique and will return shortly.
Por cierto, ya que Ayaka tiene la ropa, que en la tienda oferten la ropa de Ayaka y lo descuenten un poco, ¿no? A 1%, aunque sea un 10 o un 20%, para que la gente compre el traje o incentiven a que la gente compre el traje, ¿no? Ah, mira, son dos nuevos, ¿no? Ay, los pobres. Me recordaron a los suyos anteriores.
Welcome back, everyone.
Vale.
So, we've thoroughly discussed our
Oh,
casting options for the
un mandoble, será para Navia. Mega Overlock Magic Sword. Nueva arma, ¿eh? Let's go. F y mía.
But the content of the commercial is also
Podría ir
important,
por su
right?
arma de arco,
Do you
¿eh?
have any ideas?
Ganyu lo necesita.
If we're making a commercial for Chioriya Boutique, then how about we include some event footage of
Aunque el que
Chioriya?
tiene Ganyu,
Yay!
que el de la selección le viene
Chiori
bien.
is actually going to appear in the event for version 4.3.
What?
Hmm.
Well, the travelers have been able to see her store in the court of Fontaine. They'll finally get to meet her in person.
Yes, I know. Travelers can also look forward
El
to
buffer
meeting
del Electro
Ayaka
Inspiro,
and Hato
¿eh?
in Fontaine.
Ya tenemos una buffer electro que es esta Sara, ¿no? No, sí, Sara que se llamaba. La Tengu. Luego está el buffer Piro, si mal no recuerdo era... Ostras, ¿quién era el buffer Piro? Tenemos buffer Piro, teníamos el de electro, teníamos el de físico, teníamos el de hielo. El de artefacto arriba es para nadie, el de abajo son artefactos de curación de la... ¿Qué dice? ¿Sí? Ah, para preservadora de la nube, claro, vendrá después de este, ¿no? De la 4.4,
Chiori suggested that they
¿no?
should
Me
stop
imagino.
by, so
Liue, ¿no?
they are.
So cool.
Más que es año
Hey,
nuevo
this
para
is actually
Liue.
the perfect
El
time.
año nuevo chino, sobre todo. Bueno, el año nuevo chino no ya fue. De hecho, era por Halloween. Vale, por ahí. Los gamisardos. ¿Qué tal mi niño? ¿Cómo estás, mi niño guapo? De hecho, por eso vamos a hacer el evento ahora del Honkastar Rail, del Halloween atrasado, porque para ellos el Halloween es tabú, ¿vale? Lo que es la relación con los muertos es tabú, entonces por eso lo hacen más adelante. A pesar de que ya estamos en
And
diciembre,
for a word from our
hacemos su
sponsor.
Halloween, ¿no?
An Inazuma-born fashion icon, Chiori.
¿Creen que la
Chiori
garza será
Boutique is your
jugable?
one-stop shop for the
Interesante.
latest and most
Esa decoración se cree que
influential
va
fashion
increíblemente
in
roto. Ojo.
That is right.
Para todos los healers,
Chiori
¿no?
is acquainted
Del
with the
juego.
Kamisato siblings because she's also
Sí,
from
así sí.
Inazuma. She actually introduced Ayaka and Ayato to Xavier
Ah,
and
¿qué
recommended that they
dice?
make the trip to Fontaine for the Fontanalia Film Festival.
So exciting! Will you tell us more
¡Qué
about
guay!
the
Están
Fontanalia
Furine,
Film
están
Festival?
todos.
The Fontanalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights.
Agua
According to the
pura.
myths, they went on a quest to search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Archon Egeria to Fontaine.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the most
Oh.
important festivals in Fontaine, like what the Windbloom Festival is to Mondstadt and
Ah, o
Lantern
sea,
Rite is to
ya
Lille.
tenemos Festival de Liu y ya Festival de Fontaine. Falta Inazuma y falta Mondstadt. Bueno, Mondstadt sí hemos tenido festivales, ¿eh? Falta...
The Fontaine Film
Para mí falta
Association
Inazuma. Festival solo
proposed
tuvimos
the
uno de
Fontanalia
yokais.
Film Festival earlier this year, and during this time, the public may submit films for evaluation. The entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
Well, we can see Farina working with Ayaka and the others here. So wait, does this mean that there's a chance that Farina might win the Farina Award? Okay, now I'm
Ay, Furina
intrigued.
gana el premio
Well,
Furina.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave you in suspense. If travelers are curious about what Ayaka and the others are doing in Fontaine, or how Farina fared, you'll
Sí,
just have
pero
to
es
play the event when the new
por...
version becomes available.
Eso es por...
So we know that several friends
A
from
ver, Sera.
Inazuma
A ver, es entendible. Para ellos es tabú porque es su patrimonio, es su cultura. ¿Vale? Entonces ni siquiera los videojuegos pueden poner, a no ser que estén fuera de la región de China, ¿vale? Que por ejemplo sean chinos que trabajen su empresa fuera de China, ¿vale? Fuera del país y tengan esos derechos por lectores políticos, ¿no? Por derechos, o sea, por normativas políticas, ¿no? Que, por ejemplo, incluso en Japón con los animes, que según el género se censuran más que otros, según para qué público va dirigido y demás. Vamos, como aquí el PEGI, por así llamarlo. Pero es que para ellos es tabú. Entonces, nada tiene que tener relación con los muertos dentro de China. Vale, nada de ningún juego de desarrollo tiene que tener nada que ver con los muertos.
will be in
No pueden.
Fontaine for the Fontanalia Film Festival.
Y Jutao,
The
bueno, se
travelers
le
have
fue de
so
las
much more
manos,
to be
lo iban a
excited
hacer
about.
y no dejaron.
Travelers will also have the opportunity to
Y tuvieron que poner
participate
un
in a
banner de
variety of
Ketchin
activity booths
para que
during the
encajara.
festival. Each one will have a different theme.
La Che sirve de electros y piro.
So cool. The first activity booth is the 1,000-pace interdiction arc-minute sharpshooting zone.
Ah, qué
In this
guay.
activity, travelers will use the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol simulation device to practice targeting and shooting opponents.
Yep.
Ooh.
The special patrol wanted the
guapo!
public to experience how
Ya
fun
tenemos
target
el Call of
practice
Duty
is.
Impact.
And the second activity booth
Call
is
of
called Trick
Impact.
Shots, Tricky Lights. In this activity, travelers will use the studio's
Lo
special
que
lighting
faltaba.
effects to film a
No,
fight
emulador de
scene.
Call of Duty.
Take advantage of the buffs brought about by the special lighting effects to defeat an endless stream of opponents and obtain a higher score.
So cool. Those special lighting effects are really giving off old movie vibes. Navia's movements are also super smooth. It's all so atmospheric.
Oh, for sure. But not everyone is enjoying the fun and games. Travelers will meet a contract employee at the third activity booth. She needs some help with her demanding client. During the activity Extreme Drive, travelers will help her test out stabilization mecha balls.
Look at how the traveler chases after those stabilization
Ah, que
mecha
tiene
balls.
que
Okay, I
meter
bet
toda
my
la-
contract employee
todos
can
los
relate
animalitos,
since
bueno,
she's
todos
been
esos
chased down by
globitos
that
dentro,
lion.
¿no? Mira, multijugador, vamos.
Stabilization mecha balls
Qué
seem pretty
divertido.
ordinary, but they're actually very agile. They'll automatically avoid all testers by moving in the opposite direction of your movement. You can find jump boosters around the testing grounds. Travelers can use them to jump higher and further, which is perfect for quickly traversing to the other side of a stabilization mecha ball. Travelers in co-op matches will have to find a way to herd as many stabilization mecha balls into their
¿Competitivo?
target area as possible within the time limit. The more mecha balls that end up in your area, the more points you'll earn.
The fourth activity booth is called Into the
Escondite,
Frame.
muérete de
In this
envidia.
activity, travelers will get to shoot their own scenes by experimenting with different camera positions and
¿Qué
narration
dice?
techniques.
Cool! We get to make a movie! That's awesome.
Yeah.
Travelers might remember helping out Xavier with some filmmaking back in Inazuma, but this seems more professional. Wait, maybe this can be the inspiration for our commercial.
Oh.
Total.
Now that I think about it, a Fontanian man went to Inazuma to shoot a film. I guess international travel can be a source of artistic inspiration. That must have also been true in Shiori's case, since she opened Shioria's boutique in Fontaine.
Ooh,
Qué
that could be
guay.
a strong theme for our commercial. Actually, Ayaka and Ayato aren't the only
Me encanta que se
Inazumans
pongan las
traveling abroad
gafas,
in version 4.3. Kuki Shinobu just arrived in Liyue for her class reunion.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Ito
Arataki
decided to
Ito,
tag
otra vez
along
con
as
su
the
pelea de
boss of the
escarabajo.
Arataki gang. And he brought his Onikabuto
Armor
with him.
Battle,
I think
Beetle
he plans
Battle
to train
Boot
with
Camp.
beetles for battle.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Arataki Blazing Armor Beetle
Fervente y
Battle
radiante
Bootcamp.
entrenamientos de
That name is
caradiablos de
definitely
Arataki.
very Ito.
Madre mía.
For sure. And there was also a beetle battle event in version 3.4, right? Ito
Che, la
battles against a super
3.4.
powerful beetle battler. I believe his name was Grandmaster Hanakado.
Yep. Grandmaster Hanakato made an impressive showing during the last Beetle Battle event. This time, he's made the trip to Liyue with Ito. It seems like the two of them have met a
Vamos.
mysterious new Beetle Battle master.
What? Who
Oh.
is it? Tell us.
Tell us, tell us, tell
I'm
us.
sorry.
Scooter-
I'm
scooter-
sorry, I can't give that away.
scooter-
Travelers will have to discover their identity during the event.
Ah.
Aside from meeting this
Me
mysterious
meto,
new Beetle Battle
me
master.
pongo a Clip, me pongo a Yaimiko, me pongo a la Clonoa y mirad las bombazos que van a dar.
Travelers can also look forward to new ways to battle. While the movement and charge mechanics
Ah,
remain
nuevo movimiento y
unchanged from the
todo.
original event,
Con escudo
travelers
y
can now
todo.
also instruct Onikabuto to use guard to defend against electro bullet and jet stream attacks. Make use of the movement, charge, and guard strategies to topple your opponents no matter what they throw at you. Master them, and you'll be ready to tackle the ultimate trial of the strong.
Ooh, trial of the
¡Hala!
strong.
¡Wow!
Travelers can look forward to encountering an old friend in the Fontanian
Ah,
countryside.
mira.
That's right, Ullman
Nuevo
came to Fontaine
slime.
and he brought
Vuelve
his treasure
slime.
map and treasure-seeking
Me voy a
Sealy
llevar
along
este,
with
creo
him.
yo.
Yay!
Tengo el rosa,
Our mini Sealy friend
tengo
is
el verde
back!
y el amarillo.
So cute. Travelers can help restore the Sealy's vitality by absorbing energy from the locations that are marked on Ullman's treasure map. In return, the Sealy will guide us to the locations of buried treasure. After collecting ancient iron coins during this event, you can exchange them for various rewards, including a mini Sealy in your preferred color.
Ooh. Okay, so
Mira
in
qué
the
raro
event
este con el
preview, it
cordón.
looks like some of the treasure is located underwater, but when I first arrived in Fontaine, I discovered that Sealy couldn't follow me
Ah, ese está en
underwater.
agua, ¿qué era
Is this
eso?
treasure-seeking Sealy different?
That is very observant of you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
In this iteration
Ah,
of the
qué
Lost Riches
chulo.
event, a new mini Sealy named Brilliance will be available. This new mini Sealy can travel underwater.
Amazing.
¡Qué bonito!
Treasure isn't the only thing that you'll discover
Oh.
in Fontaine's countryside. You
Un
might also
baile.
come across a mysterious domain guarded by a unique swordmaster who searches for the meaning of battle. During the Dance of Resolute Will, travelers will get the chance to participate in combat challenges.
Ah, son batallas, creí
Each
que era
challenge
musical.
stage will
Ya
contain
me estaba
2
emocionando.
rounds. Travelers must select their party compositions before the challenge starts. One of your chosen characters must be used in both rounds, but no other character can be repeated.
Oh, okay.
After you complete a blade dance
Ah, mira, está
objective
usando un
during
arma
the
free to
challenge,
play.
you will obtain a heightened verve buff. Defeating opponents while heightened verve is active will grant you more points.
And another old friend is returning in version 4.3. That's right, it's Leben! Yay!
¡Ah, bien! Que
And
nos
if
regala
Lehman
cosas
is
cada
around,
día.
then that must mean we'll have a chance to trade a bunch of
Entonces,
items
Pinku,
for
todos
premium
felices
gems
con el nuevo
again.
Monster Hunter, los remaster de Sega, los remaster de Sega, los
Okay, so it
remake,
looks like
Monster
Leben
Hunter,
isn't the
¿qué?
only old
Capcom,
friend we'll
Capcom
be
caca,
reunited with in
digo,
version
Capcom
4.3.
bien, pero
Several
no.
familiar faces will be
Oh,
joining
nuevas
the
cartas
Genius Invocation
Ignora.
TCG. After this update, travelers will have the
Abdaja,
opportunity to challenge
Duvalin,
characters
Ignora.
around Fontaine.
Olé.
A new Fontaine-themed table customization will also be available.
Signora no será
I'm
jugable,
so
pero
excited
tendremos
to see
carta de
players
Signora.
challenge some Melazines.
I know, so exciting. Travelers can look forward to the addition of several new cards, including 6 new character cards, plus 5 new monster cards, such as
Ah,
Dvalin,
mira, se
Signora,
actualizó por
and
fin.
Ajdaha will be obtainable from the corresponding tavern
Ya
challenges.
tiempo sin actualizarse, ¿no?
But that's not all. The Forge Realms Temper event will also be making a reappearance, and there will be an update to the heated battle mode. Be on the lookout for future announcements.
There's TCG content to look forward to outside the
¿Saben
game
que
as
ya hay TGG y competiciones de Genshin Impact de cartas? Ya.
well.
La
The
vieron en
Genius
Twitch hace
Invocation
poco.
TCG Asia
Miren,
Invitational will
ve
officially
otra
begin
competición de
in
hecho.
January 2024.
¡Ah, qué bonito el arte!
Travelers can look
Miren a
forward
la
to some friendly
Degia. Miren la Degia, muy Yu-Gi-Oh todo. Mirad, ¡ja! Saco cartas. ¡Qué guay! ¿Qué tal, Alu? Alguien dijo se ignora yo. No tengo otro Monster Hunter. No me hace mucha gracia, la verdad. Pero está muy bien. O sea, bien por ustedes, para los que le amen Monster Hunter. Pero a mí no me hace mucha gracia. Mira, Kazu, hago el gatito y todo, miren. Qué chulo.
competition between 16
Yu-Gi-Oh,
of the
dejo
top
mi saludo.
TCG
Mañana vuelvo del
players all
viaje.
across
Que te
Asia.
vaya bien,
I heard
Alu.
they're some of the
Que les
best
vaya
in the
súper
region.
bien.
So cool. Be sure to follow the Astra Carnival X or Twitter account to stay up to date on the latest news about this
Vale,
epic
hasta
showdown.
Carnival en X, en
Oh my
Twitter.
gosh, this is all so exciting.
Well, hang on to that feeling, because we're taking a short break to look at the next group of redemption codes. We'll be back to sharing more exciting information about version 4.3 in just a moment.
Yay!
¡Yay! ¿Qué tal, Xavier? No te he saludado. Oh, mira qué guapo este arte. Oye, este está chulo, ¿no? Tendrá que ver con el festival, ¿no? Qué guapo, ¿no?
A ton of inspiration. Back,
Vale.
travelers. We've introduced
Con
a
esto
lot of
terminamos, ¿no?
content, and we've gotten a ton of inspiration for our commercial. Honestly, our promotion is
Materializando.
definitely shaping up.
Patuntush.
But before we reveal our new idea,
Ah.
let's
Por fin, sistema de optimizaciones, a ver.
dive into the system
Esto me
optimizations
interesa.
that the project team has prepared for version 4.3.
Okay. First, we have some artifact-related optimizations to
Con los
introduce.
artefactos,
With
a
an
ver.
ever-increasing amount of artifact sets to choose from, many travelers may have been hoping for a better and quicker way to filter
¿Qué?
and locate desired artifacts. After the
Espérate,
version
¿cómo?
4.3 update, travelers can check out artifact set recommendations for a given character
¿Eh?
to see what artifact sets active players have been choosing for that character recently.
¿Qué? Un acceso rápido para montar tu set de artefacto directamente. Pero, bueno, ¿esto qué es? ¿Brujería? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Esto qué es? Esto no puede ser real.
That's cool.
Character. To see what artifact travelers can
O
check
sea, te
out
aconsejas para cada personaje, ¿no? 4 de este... 4 para maestría, 2 de daño y 2 de fuego. O sea, primera combinación, segunda... ¡Ostras, la leche! Pero por Dios, qué
artifact set
cómodo,
recommendations
¿no?
for a given character.
Demasiado.
artifact
Para
sets
dar lata
active
es complicado en ciertos se motivaron la idea.
players have been
Pues
choosing
bueno.
for that character recently.
That's cool.
In addition, an automatic locking function has been added.
Bloqueo
Now, when
automático.
filtering artifacts in your inventory, you can lock the artifacts that fit your filter specifications in batches. With the automatic locking function, newly acquired artifacts that fit your locking criteria will
¿De qué?
automatically be locked when added to your inventory.
Oh, that's awesome.
Travelers
qué?
can have up to 2 preset
Espérate, no
auto
entiendo esto. Bloqueo, pero de que cuando vas a un
An
dominio,
automatic
como...
locking function has been added. Now, when filtering artifacts
del
in your
inventario.
inventory, you can lock the artifacts that fit your filter specifications in batches. With the automatic locking function, newly acquired artifacts that fit your locking criteria will automatically be locked
vale.
when added to your inventory.
Oh, that's awesome.
Travelers can have up to 2 preset auto-lock plans for each artifact set. Travelers can choose their own or follow the recommended settings summarized for active player data.
¿Qué
Since it
dice?
may take some time to collect the necessary statistics, new artifact sets will not feature recommended locking settings immediately.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, if you can lock
What?
artifacts in batches, you can unlock them in batches as well. Travelers can look forward to both of those features in the new update. That's not
O sea,
all,
lo que
though.
suelo hacer yo de
Travelers
bloquear y
will
no
be able to
bloquear.
sort artifacts by 3 different attributes. Plus, the artifact enhancement screen will allow travelers
buscarlo
to
más
add a greater
rápido,
amount
¿no?
of enhancement materials at once. An enhancement limit feature
Espérate,
will also
¿qué?
be available.
Espérate.
Hopefully,
Permitirá poner más cantidad de artefactos y también está disponible la función de fortalecimiento por tramo. Espérate,
an
¿qué?
enhancement limit feature will also be available. Hopefully, these optimizations will not only make artifacts
Espérate.
limit feature will also
No entiendo, espera. Coño.
a greater amount of
El
enhancement
ratón.
materials at once. An enhancement limit feature will also be available. Hopefully, these optimizations will not only make artifacts easier to find, but also quicker to level. Be on the lookout for future
Sí, pero sigue siendo aleatorio todo,
The
¿no?
project team is always working hard to address your survey feedback. So, travelers should look forward to further artifact-related optimizations in future version updates. Improvements to equipping artifacts and other artifact-related optimizations are all in the works.
In addition, the project team has made adjustments to provide smoother ascension and enhancement experiences
ya
for
te puedes
travelers.
seleccionar.
When you level up a character, enhance an artifact, or enhance a weapon, you no longer have to click so many pop-up windows.
Sí, ya.
Awesome. As a new player using a few 1- and 2-star materials to level artifacts, the whole process might
¿Verdad
feel
que
a
coño
bit
eso
slow,
era?
especially with pop-up
Joder, que lo
windows.
mejoren, ¿eh?
Totally. This new optimization significantly reduces the amount of pop-up windows that we have to click through. So travelers can look forward
Esto se
to a
copiaron del
much
Honka
smoother
Star Rail, ¿eh?
advancement and leveling
Porque vieron que
process.
esas mecánicas
The next
funcionaban
optimization
bien.
has made it easier to repeat domain challenges. Previously, travelers who tried to continue domain challenges would be
Espera,
sent
que se
to the entrance
repite,
of
¿no?
the domain. This meant they would have to run all the way to the center to start the challenge. But after this update, travelers who choose to continue in a domain challenge will load right next to the area where you actually
¿Qué
start
dice?
fighting, which is amazing.
¿Cómo?
So,
Brujería
happy
esto.
farming, everyone.
Ooh. This should make it way easier for players to farm artifacts.
Flipé,
for
no me he quedado,
knowledge.
con las actualizaciones, ¿eh?
Definitely. In addition, version 4.3 has made it easier to clear your quest backlog. Archon Quest Chapter 2 Act 4, In the Depths, An Unexpected Reunion, takes place in the underground mines of the chasm. In the past, travelers had to complete the world quests, Chasm Spelunkers,
Sí.
and the Heavenly Stones debris before being able to proceed to the Archon Quest. In this update, travelers no longer need to complete those two world
Van a
quests.
quitar la opción de obligarnos
Travelers can
que
speak
primero
directly
para poder desbloquear toda la zona o para hacer la historia no podemos saltar esta e ir a la historia
to the miner
directamente
who issues the
principal.
commission to unlock a teleport waypoint.
Oh.
It will take them
Oh,
to the
qué buena, y
corresponding
te da el
area
teleport y
and
todo.
automatically trigger the next steps of the Archon Quest.
Oh.
Aunque no desbloquees
Yeah.
el mapa
This
para que
will
empieces a
hopefully make
jugar,
it
qué
easier for
buena.
travelers to quickly progress
Buah, esto
through
me hubiera
Archon
venido
Quest.
bien cuando
So
streameaba
cool.
esta parte,
That'll make
¿eh?
it significantly easier for new or lapsed players to access the Archon Quest and claim those sweet intertwined fates as fast as possible.
Yes, definitely.
Ojalá se pudiera repetir historias de
Also,
Arconte.
one-click expeditions will be available starting in version 4.3. This will allow travelers to claim expedition rewards and repeat expeditions with a single click.
Anda,
Travelers will
seleccionarlos
also be able to
todos
claim
y
processed
directamente
ingredients
salen.
and forged items with a single click.
Oh,
Y
sweet.
reclamarlos
It's gonna
todos,
make it
qué
easier to
bueno.
collect rewards from Catherine.
Definitely. There's also a ton of other quality of life improvements in this update. For
Buenísimo.
example, optimizations have been made to enemy
Sí, a ver,
tracking
tener
with
el
the
mapa,
Adventure
pero
Handbook
prefiero
and
que ya
character
pueda hacer la
selection
historia
logic during
Arconte.
crafting and forging. In addition, when performing mystic offerings, travelers will now be able to add artifacts in
Por
batches.
lote.
There's a lot to look forward to, so be sure to check future announcements for
Por
more
fin
information.
mejoran cosas en
Okay,
Genshin.
moving on from optimizations, a new Fontaine-style realm layout will be added to the Serenity Pot.
Sí, la verdad no entiendo por qué eso. Porque Juego Star Rail tiene el perfecto modo de juego que podría repetir la historia y hacerlo por capítulo, seleccionarlo e ir por el mapa y volver a jugar el capítulo. Con Genshin es un poco más complicado, pero se puede hacer. Se puede utilizar para eso perfectamente. ¿Pero lo hacen? No. Para que vuelvas a jugar el juego al
Simply
principio te hago
purchase
otra
the
cuenta.
corresponding items
Quieren que
from
les salga
Honey to
rentable.
unlock it.
O al final queréis ver que salga un Genshin Impact offline. Juego completo de
Travelers can
Genshin.
use ocean
Y nos lo
currents
vende a
to
70
travel
pavos.
between the islands in this layout. Some islands even have ponds the travelers can use to keep
Oh,
It looks like a cool underwater kingdom. It's just so pretty.
o sea, una nueva zona.
Oh, and they'll be even prettier once travelers have the chance to make them their own. I'm so excited to see what everyone's going to come up with.
Ah, no, que esto es la relajatetera.
Ah, you just want to copy
Otra
their
relajatetera, no me había dado
designs, don't
cuenta. ¿Qué dice? ¡Lo quiero! ¡La quiero!
you? I knew it.
I have another
La
piece of
quiero.
super exciting news to share with everyone. Okay, I know, right? The annual Genshin Impact online
Al
concert,
concierto.
Melodies of an Endless Journey, is coming soon.
¡Yay!
I heard this year's concert is going to celebrate Genshin's classic melodies in an entirely new way.
Es la
Let's take a
tetera,
sneak
ya la
peek at some
quiero,
of the
maldita
amazing moments
sea.
that this concert has in store.
¿Pero dónde ponemos a la gente nadando? Uy, espérate, ¿qué? Ah, ¿no van a dar una muestra de la música? ¿Mm? Sí, es la muestra de música del concierto. A ver, no hay algo que negar, Genshin, de lo que presume es la música, pero es que en todos los juegos yo veo la música es muy buena. En todos, ¿eh? No es que a mí tan precio en eso. Liwigas. Na, 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 na. Genshin Concert, qué guay. ¡Ay, con animación y todo! ¡Qué bonito! ¡Preciosidad! ¿Y el anime para cuándo? Digo, mejor lo están preparando.
The 2023 Genshin concert held in Shanghai last September will also be online soon, so stay tuned, travelers.
Ah, ¿qué
Whoa,
dices?
so we have 2 online concerts to look forward to?
Dos conciertos en línea, let's
Further
go.
details will be announced across Genshin Impact's official social media accounts, so be on the lookout for more information.
O sea, lo podemos ver en las cuentas oficiales en Twitch y YouTube. Ah, el volumen 4. ¡Qué bonito! Con los 3 ahí.
The
En
album
YouTube,
will
¿eh?
feature 26 character songs created by the Hoyo Mix team.
Wait, we're finally getting Alhaitham and Wanderer's OSTs.
Por fin.
Yep, and Farina's song too. Her song All the World's a Stage has already been getting a ton of love.
Oh, that's awesome.
Siempre se actualizan por año. Ah, chulo. Ah, qué bonita la presentación, ¿eh? Me gusta la imagen, me gusta el
that's all
arte.
the new information we have to share about the
Navia,
update.
guapa.
So, I guess that means it's
Tirad
time
por
for the
Navia,
version 4.3
aprovechad la
special
personaje.
program to come to a close.
Aww.
Oh,
But we
pobrecito.
haven't even come up with a plan for our Chioryo boutique commercial.
Actually, we've already finished shooting it.
You're right. The special program
¿Serio?
has a pretty good commercial. I'm certainly not going to forget the name Chiorya Boutique after this.
Totally. Oh my gosh, we really did cover a lot of important information today.
For sure. The most important part is our final word from our sponsor, Chiorya Boutique. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to let
Renuncia
everyone
antes que
know
saliera
I'm so excited
Forte,
to be a
madre
part of
mía.
Genshin Impact, and I cannot wait for all of you to meet Shavras.
Totally. I feel exactly the same. Can't wait to see more Navia in her fighting action. And also, can't wait for little swimming sealies.
El cili acuático, sí. La
And I think
quiero.
the new mini games are really fun, especially.
Menos mal
the
que el
ones
primer
with
cili que me pillé fue el rosita.
Yes.
Yay.
Well, I am just so glad that the 3 of us have been able to do this special program together. This has been so much fun.
You too.
And that's all we have for the version 4.3 special program. I hope that everyone's looking forward to experiencing all this exciting new content for themselves. Be sure to check it out when the update goes live.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye bye. Qué moni. ¿Eh? ¡Hola! ¡Hola! Espérate, ¿y esto? Pero, qué guapo mi hombre, ¿no? ¿Pero esto qué es? Museo de Shanghai. ¿Pero qué van a poner en el...? O sea, ¿va a ser un museo con cosas de Genshin? Pero, ¿y esta ropa de Zhongli? Parece la ropa del arconte, ¿no? Todo guapardo. Oye, esto deberían de ponerlo como ropa para Zhongli, ¿eh? O las ropas que salen para promociones deberían. Traje de Zhongli antes de perder a Gizo, madre mía. Ah, claro. Claro, este traje estaba... Claro, espérate, sé a qué te refieres. Este traje estaba en la historia, ¿no? En la historia de Liu, es verdad que era el de la música. Estaba Guizón con Mamping en aquel momento, que era joven. Es verdad, llevaba esta ropa, ¿cierto? Ah, pero está chula, ¿no? Reciclaron un diseño para hacer aquí. Qué guapo está, ¿eh? Madre mía, qué preciosidad. Madre mía, papi. Oh, Dios mío, qué barbaridad, papito, guapetón. Ya, ojalá. Es que ojalá los trajes de promoción de tiendas, ¿por qué no los ponen luego en el juego? No lo entiendo. No entiendo a Joyover si su outfit con sus personajes. Porque para promocionar un negocio o colaboración con un negocio de algo, por ejemplo, puede ser el propio KFC, una dulcería, tienda de ropa, marca o algo, y aquí en este caso un museo, ¿no? En colaboración con Genshin, a lo mejor mostrarán algo de piezas de Genshin o lo que están inspiradas o algo para el juego. Y después te promocionan con personajes con un outfit distinto. ¿Por qué no los ponen luego en el juego? Esas skins tan chulas. Exacto, pero luego no los sacan. O sea, sería un partidazo para el propio Joyoverse y ganarían más dinero incluso. Y nosotros quedaríamos, pues, con trajes más chulos, ¿no? Para los personajes, no sé. Todos saldríamos ganando. No sé, Joyoverse tiene miedo al éxito, yo creo. Para mí, Joyoverse, os lo juro, tiene mucho miedo al éxito. Yo no sé ni lo que hacen con sus vidas, de verdad.